Hi there. I hope that you are staying safe. I hope that you are staying healthy. I know that I for sure am. I'm starting to feel I don't know what the word is for it, but there's like just a grimness in the air with the continued crackdowns with the COVID-19 spread. I know we're seeing a lot more infections and a lot more economic impact from all of this, and I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling it. Maybe you are too. Um, but what I want to talk to you today about is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's called What the Bleep Do We Know? Maybe you've seen it. It's an excellent documentary about different ways of thinking. But there's one part of it where someone tells a story about how when Christopher Columbus arrived on the shores of America, and the Native Americans were looking out, they're saying that the Native Americans were actually not able to see Christopher Columbus's ships because they didn't recognize them. They hadn't seen anything like it before, so they were physically not able to see the ships as they arrived. They were the invisible ships. Now, I think that this statement has been largely debunked and is probably not entirely true, but there is some truth to not being able to see what is right in front of your face right now. So I'll give you an example. Is that for many years I drove around this Honda Civic. It was a trusty Honda Civic, and I committed I was going to just drive that thing into the ground. And I had it for probably 20 years. 20 years I had this car. And I told myself that the story was that I was driving it around because I was being responsible and I was going to get everything I could out of this car. And as that was happening, I was developing a distaste for driving, and I didn't even sort of realize it at the time. There were things that I just naturally didn't like at all about driving, and I just thought that was sort of just the way it was. And it was always going to be this way. I was always going to be, dealing with traffic, various inconveniences of getting around, and just not wanting to drive at all. Until eventually that car broke down, and I was forced to look into getting a new one. And I was thinking, like, it doesn't matter. Whatever car I get, it's all going to be the same. Driving sucks, what have you. And so I did get a new car. I got a new Honda, and then I realized it wasn't driving that I hated. It was that old, outdated car that I hated. So many things I didn't like about driving, especially like start and stop traffic, are addressed with modern technology. And I realized that cars have been, have been equipped with better technology for so many years. All of these things that I couldn't stand about driving had already been addressed in cars for many, many, many years. But I wouldn't know that because I wasn't in a new car. I was still stuck in my old way. And I stayed in my old way because it was comfortable, because it was familiar, and it was something that I knew. And it wasn't until I was out of that old Honda and into a new one that I realized just how much I'd been missing out on for so many years, just because my point of view was simply that this was my car and that was it. There were no other options. I couldn't see the ship. I couldn't see the new way, and it took away from me. It diminished my experience, and I lost a lot of time for that. And I'm glad that I made the choice. Well, I didn't really have a choice. The car broke down, but I'm glad that happened to force me out into a new and a better way. So, ships and cars. What does this have to do with you? If you're a non-essential who's been taken out of your norm, if your daily routine has been completely interrupted by economic shutdowns and interference with the COVID-19 economic shutdowns, what are you seeing as your way forward? Are you seeing a way forward? There are two kinds of people out there right now. There are the people who are clinging on to the old way for dear life. You see, we talked about GameStop was an example of telling its employees to defy the orders of the public health officials to shut down because it was a non-essential business. Them claiming that they were an essential business because they just wanted to keep operating in the way that they always were. I've heard from some other folks. I was talking to somebody else who was saying that that even they have to use vacation days to be off during this quarantine time because their boss is not willing to adapt into the new way, and that's hurting everybody. Clinging to the old way, like so GameStop, for instance, right? Clinging to the old ways. Now they've lost their business license, it seems, in many states because of their attitude. But there are many people who actually are embracing our new normal and who are looking for new solutions. Many people who are adapting their businesses or just even their career paths in order to be a part of what is happening. We are not going back to a lot of work at the office. We're not going back to business as usual. Even when we get back to business as usual, it's not going to be business as usual. And the people who can see the new way forward, the people who are open to seeing new ideas and new ways of doing business, new ways of connecting, or new ways of being a part of our new society, those are the people who are going to succeed. Those are the people who are going to find happiness. Right? The people who are clinging to the old way are just not. I see so many people right now who are sad about the fact that so much business has shut down and understanding that things may not come back the way they were. And I'm watching them scramble and try so hard to force life to be the way that it used to be. And I see them be stressed. And I see them be depressed. And that is the mindset, that is a scarcity mindset of clinging to things the way they were because you believe that there is no other way, that the only other option is destitution and death. That's a miserable way to be. That's a sad way to be. They can't see the ships. If you are stuck in a scarcity mindset, you cannot see the invisible ships. Now, the abundance mindset tells us all, and nature shows us all, that nothing runs out, nothing ends, nothing is forever even, right? So there are always new opportunities. There are always new ways of doing things. And now, if you were somebody who was not looking into different ways of making money, of different ways of giving service to the world and to the people around you, forced to do that now. We're all forced to do that now. But even in this situation, when everybody is forced to look at things differently, there's so many who are still clinging on to the old way and refusing to let it go. So, are you scarcity mindset? Can you not see the ships off the coast? Or are you embracing abundance? Can you see the ships? Can you see something that you have never seen before? Do you have that kind of vision? So, you are an abundance hacker. And I want to talk to you some more. If you're an abundance hacker, the world is open to you. There are so many opportunities right now. And this, instead of being a time of loss and destitution and sickness and death, can actually be a time for growth, for new possibility, for new potential, and for opportunities that may actually end up serving you better in the long run than the old ones ever were. Just like my new car. So, if you are indeed an abundance hacker and you want to learn more, and you want to contribute more, and you are interested in making this world a better place in the new world that we have, in the new normal that we have now, then I hope you will join us in our Facebook group, Abundance Hackers. I will post a link here in the comments section. I'll just do that right now. And I hope that you will join our group and your fellow abundance hackers. Stay safe out there. Stay healthy. Stay creative. Keep your eyes open. Look out for those ships, abundance hackers. I'll talk to you soon.